How about that?
There you go. I can hear you now.
Okay. We're good?
Yeah, yeah. I can see you. I can hear you. I think we're good.
Okay. And it's recording? Yeah.
Yes. See, look at we're trying to get all
Okay.
fancy with gadgets now.
I know, because we
It's
froze.
it started with
Right?
lights and then it started with mics and then now we've got webcams because look at the
Yeah. Look, it's
quality.
clear, isn't it? It's
Right?
so much clearer. Yeah.
Vogue. Let your body move. Hey, it's the little things that please us,
Girl,
okay? I was
I
running like
know.
I did what I said I wasn't, or I took a little piece of my own advice from this week's episode that we recorded last week of like
Right.
chilling out, just chill out. I
Yeah.
woke up,
Yeah.
I checked on my cootie queen, got her
Cootie
medicated and
queen.
set up. Yeah, she's a cootie queen. We might get an interruption. We
That's
might
okay.
not.
I'm
I don't
sure
know.
we
She's
will
set
too.
up. And I said, I'm not going to do anything other than get in the room, set up the room for the podcasting and test out all the things. And
Yeah.
luckily that's what I did because I wasn't sure. I was almost positive that the webcam was plug and play like everything is nowadays, but I just
Yeah,
wasn't
it is.
sure. I wasn't sure because like it wasn't overwriting on my MacBook like when I went to the photo booth.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, what the hell right now? I'm like, my old ass, I ain't got time for this.
And you just said something. This is how old we are, okay? Because when
We
I
have
got
to run
these,
test and checks.
no, when I got these items, because I remember, I mean, obviously, I haven't gotten like a shit ton of things for my computer. It's just the computer, the basics, right? But now we're getting
Mhm.
all these gadgets. But I remember back in the day, like I was fully expecting, well, before it was CDs, right? You got to put your CD in, you got to download the program, you got to connect it. And so
Oh,
even for this,
yeah.
oh, right? So even for this, I was fully expecting something, not the CD,
No,
but
like a
like,
pop up, like saying, download this
yeah.
application. These kids these days, they have no idea how easy they have it fucking plug and
Oh my
plays.
God, I know. Do you know honestly how annoying that used to be? And
You're
like,
right though,
oh
because
my
yes, because
gosh.
you know what's funny is now that you're saying that, I was fully looking at the little taskbar at the bottom, waiting for
Mhm.
like a little thing to like ding
Thing
up
to
and
pop
down,
up. I
like
was
to
too.
tell to tell me to click on it, click on me to download like either like some kind of plugin or some kind of extension or something. Because you
I
remember
actually,
we went from like app,
yeah,
like downloading the app, and then to like download the plugin or download the app,
the,
like the
right.
whatever it
The
is.
program or whatever it is. Dude, I saw something. It said real time player. And so I like brought that up because when I was looking at the webcam, it said something about player. So I'm like, okay, I'm like clicking on it. I'm like, why is this not working? Stupid.
Well, because too, I threw me off because like I'm like, is there a power button on here? Because I plugged it in and it didn't give me
Mm,
any lights on. Because my mic, as soon as I plug it into a USB port, it's like it lights up and it tells me it's on. I mean, that's the
yeah.
beauty of like the light situation because I'm like, okay,
Yes.
it's foolproof. Like, oh, I just hit it.
Right.
I'm like, I
Right.
know it's on. But then I'm like, the camera, I'm like behind it, like, does it have a power button? I can't find a power
Yeah.
button.
Honestly, like I think my thing is on. It has a red button, and I'm sure if yeah, that probably, or a red light, I think that means it's on.
Yeah, it
So
should be on.
I'll
but
have
then
to look. I
too,
keep the, yeah.
But then too, what I was telling you is I don't know if you got the same USB extender as me or if
Yeah, I
it's
got
similar.
something. Yeah, I
Um,
changed it, so that kind of worked. So
okay, yeah. So what happened was I had the mic in the single very first one and then it was
yeah.
on, but as soon as I plugged in the cam and turned on the cam to start working, like
Mm-hmm.
my mic turned off. The light stopped working. I was
Mm.
like, "What?" And then so I just moved it over. I was like, "That's weird." And then of course,
Yeah,
for whatever reason, as soon as I moved it,
it
it started
worked.
turning. I don't know, old lady problems.
Yeah,
It's all good.
I know,
It's all
right?
good.
So you know what I did yesterday? Oh my God. So I stubbed my toe so bad. Okay, like
Which
I thought my
one?
kids, my left one.
No, big toe, baby
Oh,
toe,
oh, big toe.
big
Sorry,
toe.
big toe.
Oh,
Yeah. So it was. I had just my Uggs on, and we were walking up the stairs, concrete stair, right, like staircase. But I had obviously like the bags in one hand. Then I'm watching my son, and in my head, I'm like, okay, don't trip, to myself, right? Because I have popcorn in one hand. He wanted popcorn, and then I had my coffee in the other. Like, oh,
the
there you
epitome of
go,
doing
right?
too much.
And I'm literally like walking up the stairs and I'm like, watch your step. Fucking slammed it into like as I'm taking the step. And luckily my son was a couple steps ahead of me. I'm like, mother. And then the guy walks by. He's like, oh, are you okay? And he's like, don't worry, only I heard that. I'm like,
He's like, I like her.
yeah, it hurt. And then I got home and it was still like hurting. So I'm like, oh, I'll just take an Advil, right? I gotta get my steps in. Can't compromise that.
Oh, that was when you were sending me stuff. You were sending me voice notes, and you're like, okay, it's done. Okay, and I'm gonna go get some steps. I'm like, this chick, sit down.
I know. So I'm like, take some Advil. Felt it kick in. I'm like, okay, I'll get my steps in now. And then, but towards the end of the night, my little one stepped on it, and that was it. Like, and it's purple. It's actually purple. That's how bad I stubbed it.
Oh, so you either bruised it really badly or you dislocated it and re-popped it back in. Because I've done that to a toe before. But there's nothing you can do about it. I mean,
no.
You go to the doctor, like, you dislocated it, or you broke it. Now just tape it to the other toes. All right, cool, thanks.
Yeah, right. Keep it. Yeah. But yeah, it feels better now. So I'm like, okay, it's still purple or whatever. I'm like, well, I gotta go work out. So I mean, if I have to pop another Advil, I will.
You're on the baby pills, Advil. I pop 800 ibuprofens.
Oh my gosh, really? Oh, well, I did. I mean, I took a Tylenol and an Advil. Okay, I'll admit.
Like, I have a straight prescription for 800 ibuprofen. But also because it's cheaper. Oh, wow. It's cheaper for me.
Oh, okay.
Because a majority of my prescriptions, because of my other job, are about $5, or some of them are upwards of $10, but it's because of like the month count. Like it'll be a 3-month prescription versus like a 1-month prescription. So yeah, I'm spoiled in that nature. So I'm like, hey, dear doctor such and such, can you please?
Well, speaking of drugs,
segue.
I think I'm getting good at this.
You are good.
All right. Take it, Carmie. Now I'll tell you.
Well, welcome back. I'm not going to biff it this week. I will intro us to another episode of Breaking the Cycle, Redefining Weight Loss, Health, and Mom Life. And this week, we decided we're going to talk about alcohol. And let me preface it with this. This is going to be entirely based off of our own experiences and our own opinions. Nothing more. And I think one of the main reasons, and I'll speak for myself, that we wanted to talk about this topic is because do we know that an overconsumption of alcohol is probably not the best for you? Yes, absolutely. But we have seen a trend within the last year or so of the pendulum swinging so far left. And we see that very often right now, where it we can't find a middle ground. It's got to either be so far left or so far right, where there are people now almost convincing you to stop drinking. And that's not what we're here for. We just want to tell you our opinion, give our take on it, and kind of validate you if you're like on that thing, like on that train where you're like, I feel attacked, but like I don't feel like I have a problem. Like, why are these people jumping down my throat?
Yeah, it's like seriously like demonizing alcohol, right?
Now, do we know it's a class 1 carcinogen? Yes, we know that. All the sciencey stuff, we know that. But I mean, don't tell me that and shove that down my throat when I know you've been doing blow in your past, or you've been doing whatever else you've been doing in the past.
Or you're smoking weed, or you're taking edibles, or you're doing, whatever. Or maybe you're not doing anything. Or, like, I don't know. I mean, I think that like some sciencey stuff, like we know, like it is associated to an increase in risk of, I think what is it, like 7 types of cancer or something like that.
Yeah.
Regardless, it is associated to an increased risk. Are there things happening when you do consume alcohol in your body physiologically? Yes. And we can get into some of that, like your body prioritizing getting rid of it, right? Like
so it slows down your metabolism. Yeah.
Fat burning, muscle repair, regulation of blood sugar, like all sorts of things. Yeah. Yes, there is a real impact happening, right? Is that you, the beeping? Oh, I thought
my kid's warming up breakfast.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Does it affect sleep? fuck yeah, we know that, right? And we'll talk about, and again, we're just going to be talking about our experience with it, our take, our opinion, how we coach, and what we kind of how we guide our clients. So yeah, we have been seeing it more and more often here, where it's like a straight up like you're the messaging, though. I feel like you, it can come across more in a more what were you saying? What's that word?
It's very
Like, it doesn't have
snarky.
to be
It's
so,
down your
yeah, it doesn't have,
throat.
yeah, and it's like, you're bad, you bad
Like
person,
it's
like
almost
you're
coming off
drinking
as
alcohol,
condescending, like, oh,
sending,
like
yeah,
you're in the principal's office and you did something and you're in the corner and you're
yes,
getting your finger like wagged at you. That's what I feel like the messaging has started to like trend towards.
yeah. And I am always like, if I, because I post it, like I have drinks, and I'll post like I ain't, or yeah, I'll even repost something about alcohol. Like, there's like in Canada, zero amount of alcohol is considered okay now. Like, it
Oh,
has
like
been,
that's the
yeah, but
legal safe
yeah,
amounts or whatever it's called. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
no safe amount at all,
Where
right?
I think
But
here it's, what is it, three drinks?
you
I don't
guys
know.
are still like, yeah, you
I
guys
guess
are
I should
still
have got
quite,
the stats before I came, but I'm like one
that's
of those.
okay.
I'm
We
like,
don't
I
need
really
to.
don't
We're,
care.
yeah, we really, yeah, exactly, right. But it's kind of like, yeah, okay, so that is what it is. But you're coming at this with this messaging, and people feel, and I know I read it, like I'll post it and say like, I ain't no alcohol popo, okay? Like,
Hmm.
this is what we're here to inform you and give you, like, the evidence-based research and
Hmm.
what's going on, and that's it, here it is. But that doesn't necessarily mean that I follow those guidelines and that I'm saying like, you need to do this, right?
Right.
But the messaging that you and I are talking about is like, it's so bad and you shouldn't do this, and if you want to live 100 years, like, you need to get rid of it. It just lacks context, and I think
Empathy.
nuance for, like, and empathy for one's, like, any individual, their lives, right? Now,
Hmm.
Carmi and I are about it. You just mentioned it. Like, I guess, we can start with like, yeah, if you have a real problem with it, maybe you need to be honest with yourself. Like,
Yeah.
where is this coming from? We sit, some of us, and you'll see this messaging too, you demonize sugar, carbs. Um, God, my favorite, Diet Coke. Like, how dare you? Don't ever come at
That's
me with my
poison, Dal. Why
diet.
would you ever do
Yeah.
that? Coke Zero is so much better than Diet Coke.
Right? Shut up.
I'm kidding, guys. Relax.
I know.
For
But
those
like,
of you who can't see the
seriously,
video and see my face right now.
but yeah, we'll have this our perspective on things, opinion on things, like those things, like carbs and sugars and fats and this and that, as like, oh my god, they're so bad for you, and you should be doing keto, you should be doing this, and you should abstain from aspartame and sugars. But when it comes to alcohol, we don't have that same
Yeah.
perspective,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
maybe that's where, like, being honest with yourself comes into play. So what do you think about that?
Well, okay, so let me kind of back up a little bit. So
Yeah,
part of the
yeah.
thing though too with the messaging is we have to be, we meaning all of us as general, have to be educated consumers of the information that we're getting, right? And you also have to understand, again, like you said, a lot of the stuff that we are consuming lacks context, because a lot of these people don't know these people who are putting out that messaging. So you and I know some
Mhm.
of these people, right? So we
Right,
know their
right.
history. These people may not. So it really requires you to be an educated consumer and honestly understand, like, is this information that's being put out to me, is this an opinion piece or is this a fact piece or is it a little bit of both? Because
Both, yeah.
I think, because with my children, I'm very big on, well, baby, is that an opinion or is that a fact? Because,
Mm.
somebody said something to my daughter and I said, I think they called her weird because the backstory on that. They called her
Mm-hmm.
weird. And I said, well, baby, is that an opinion or is that a fact?
Right.
And she was like, it's an opinion. I said, exactly. I said, because if it was an actual fact, they'd be able to prove it like 100% scientifically. So at the end of
Right.
the day, that is their opinion. Now, it's okay to be weird. I'm a little weird. Embrace your fucking weird. It's cool.
Yeah, I love
Right?
my
Because as
weird.
yeah, because that's the thing is we fight it when we're younger, right? Because you want to fit in, you want to be in with the Joneses.
Right.
But like, I tell her it's okay. Embrace all the little things that make you unique and individual. It's cool because you're going to find your people. No matter how long it takes, you'll find your people. So that was my little,
Right.
I digressed a little
Well, it
bit,
took
but
us 40 years.
yes, but like, that's the thing that I
Yeah.
need people to understand is when you're consuming this stuff, how much of it is opinion, how much is of it is fact. So that's kind of my 2 cents on it. Now going back
And
to
then how does it apply to you, right? Then how does it
yes.
apply to you? Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, go
Now
ahead.
no, I'm sorry. Now I forgot like what the original
Oh,
part
you're
of
saying going back to what I was saying,
yeah,
basically like I don't know. Oh my gosh, it's too
see
early.
the brain fog, the fucking brain fog, squirrel brain. Sorry, guys. But ultimately, what I'm saying is like, okay, so here's my thing with people because I personally, I'll speak on my own personal
Right.
experience. I don't have an alcohol dependency issue. Did I used to cope with alcohol before I started taking care of myself? Probably, because also too, it's very what's the word I'm looking for? We're almost taught like it's okay to come home from a hard day and unwind with a can of beer or a glass of wine.
Yeah.
Like it's socially accepted. Um,
Oh
now,
my
why?
God, the mommy wine culture, wine
Yeah,
down
like why that
Wednesday,
happened
right?
or
Yeah.
how that happened, I don't know. I don't understand the
Right.
phenomena. But like if you are one of my clients and you have very specific goals, like you're in a fat loss phase, but you're hitting the bottom of the bottle of the wine every single night, then we're going to have to reassess that. I'm not going to tell you you have a
Hmm.
problem because that's not my business and
Yeah.
that's not my job. That's not within my scope. But I'm going to say, hey, maybe we need to take a step back and audit. Like, what's really happening beyond that? Like, what's making you hit the bottle? Like, do we need to find different coping mechanisms? Do we have too much going on for you? Is it too much too fast? Like, what is it? Do we need to dial it back? Is it maybe not time for a fat loss phase? Do we need to maybe establish better habits first? Like, that's all
Hmm.
I'm saying. Like, I don't think that it's necessarily alcohol that's the problem. I think that it's just the coping mechanism that people have been programmed to
Mm.
use because it's more socially
Yeah.
accepted than blow or heroin or Molly or you know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying.
Right.
Like
Right.
as I think if it
Yeah.
I think if it was like legalized, like probably people would cope differently with different substances. I don't know. That's just my 2 cents.
Right. Yeah. So going back to that, like with even my clients, so I have a couple of clients that, I have one client that she said, when she did decide that she wanted to work with me, a big part of it, she's like, listen, I like to have some drinks, a glass of wine with dinner, a glass of wine when I go out with my husband for dinner. Maybe there's going to be that odd, bender that we all have. Even I do.
Once a year.
Here and there. Yeah. We'll get to
Okay,
that.
well, mine's once a year.
I'm kidding.
Maybe.
I know. Yeah. It happens by accident sometimes. No. But no, seriously speaking though, she was just but she goes, I'm seeing all this stuff. And she's like, I feel like shit because I'm basically told I'm bad. Like, you can't do
See, and
this
that's what
at
I don't
all. Like, you
like.
cannot enjoy it. And so she expressed this to me and she goes, so when I saw you like posting, like you're having some drinks or, you'll give like tips. Like, one of my tips is, add soda to your white wine, right? Because I like to dilute
Mhm.
it for one, so it lasts longer. And two, you're a bit more hydrated. Just things like that. So she goes, I started seeing that. I'm like, oh, she's cool. Like, not only has she walked the walk, right? Or walk the talk. I don't know, whatever,
You
different
walk
ways
the
of saying
walk
it.
and you
The
talk the
walk
talk.
the walk, right? And
Mhm.
yeah, but she's showing us that you can do this and have this lifestyle in moderation,
But
right?
isn't that the point
Um,
of what we preach anyways though? It's
exactly.
not about what can you take out, how can we modify things to make it better for you?
But
Because
imagine, Carmi, like this is one person expressing this to me. Imagine how many people are out there, right? Like
yeah,
thinking like, holy
but I think
shit,
that's the thing
like,
though, because there's really, really, really big accounts that are preaching this. And like more power to you. Like, yes, okay, do we need to like work on people's dependency and coping skills? Yes. But maybe like that's what should be the focus. Like, not like
right.
jumping down my throat, making me feel like a shithead because I want to go have some drinks because I'm on vacation. Like, God forbid.
Yeah,
Because
exactly. And like she
literally
was
for me, I don't drink on a regular basis. If I'm
right,
out
right.
having a nice dinner with my husband because we're celebrating something, then yeah, probably I will. But it's not like
Yeah.
I go out like fiending for it.
No, exactly, exactly. And like, so she, that was her take on it. And she's told, and and then she's discovered things about herself working together, like that she doesn't have to have drinks. She works in a corporate environment with lots of males, and drinking is a thing. And she was going through a fat loss phase, and she discovered, like, I don't actually have to drink either. Like, she discovered that about herself. Like,
Hmm.
that was a huge win when she's in that environment and feels like, oh, maybe I need to fit in. So that was big. So not only did, was she comfortable and, felt good about herself and trusted herself around alcohol, because prior to working with me, she was starting to doubt herself and her decisions and her choices. But now it's like, no, I'm good. I've always been like this. I don't have a problem with alcohol. I enjoy it moderately. And now even more so, having, you know, been on this journey and living this lifestyle, like a lot less probably too, right? Which is a
Yeah.
bonus. And then I have another client who does, this is her life, and they do consume a lot of alcohol. And I'm not here to tell you not to, that you're bad. It's like, why can't we just say, okay, like you said before, hey, cool, how about maybe we reduce it a little bit, or how about we change up what you're drinking and try this, right? So
Yeah.
like reduce the calorie intake or whatever, less what am I trying to say? Like, we're not drinking mimosas or drinks with like juice,
Right.
high calories, but now we're like, how can we make it so that you're not drinking as much and it's less calories? But over time, it's not going to happen every day. And if it is a part of their lives, they have to come to that conclusion themselves at some point. And I am a very strong believer in the fact that, like, there is an organic progression to, um, if you are on this path and you're trusting this process, and that you will eventually get to a point where you will probably reduce your alcohol
Yeah.
consumption. That's
Yeah,
going to
because you
happen,
start to feel
right?
better overall and you realize like how much it
Yeah.
doesn't really add a whole lot into your life. And especially if you're having it on a normal basis. So yeah, I think because I can attest to myself too, like that's
Yeah.
probably what happened with me is there was that natural progression where like, I'm like, I don't need it for what?
No.
Like it doesn't always make me feel great. I I just use it now as if I'm out having a good time and
Yeah.
the mood calls for it
The
because
mood
I
calls
can
for it.
socially
Yeah.
be out and not have to have a drink. Like I don't use it as a
Exactly.
social lubricant.
Right, right. And so that again goes back to, like, you have to be honest with yourself, and like, is it something that, if you said, like, if you're asking yourself, oh, can I do this, or do I need to do this, then maybe it's something worth exploring. And maybe you might need to, see if you can do without. Are you drinking regularly? Like for me,
Yeah.
let's just go rewind and go back. Like, there was an alcohol dependency. I don't believe it was physiological, maybe a part of it. But it was more so that it was, I was using it as a coping mechanism, food and booze. And whew, that's a combination for, like, yeah, fast weight gain. Like, you will
Hmm.
gain weight, right? Because your inhibitions are lowered. You're not
Yeah.
gonna make the best decisions. You're not gonna, and then you crave it. You crave um, fattier foods,
Yeah.
and then the next day as well, when you're feeling like shit because you drank too much. Again, same thing. You're like, I want something greasy. Not that it's necessarily gonna help, but it sure makes you feel good.
Yeah.
Maybe, maybe not. But yeah, I spent years, like, that was my go-to. I can now, reflecting back, I can honestly say that, like, I I don't have an actual physiological dependence on it, right? Like, I know that now. I can go months without drinking, or I might go months with having, a social drinks once a week. It just depends on where I'm at. Usually when I'm in fat loss, like, I probably won't have any, maybe once or twice,
Hmm.
if that. Um, but I really did use it for coping and comfort, and it didn't do me any favors. Like, it just kept me in that cycle too, because it I can see now it affects my skin, it affects my sleep. I don't sleep. I'll be, maybe I'll and you're not sleeping, like, you just pass out. That's it.
Yeah.
When you're drinking, right? Like, when you've had two or more plus drinks, I mean, obviously depending on your body or whatever and how much you can take, like, you pass out. And I would pass out for a few hours and it'd be up all night.
Just
It was,
detoxing.
oh
Just
my
everything
God, what a
coming out of
horrible
your
cycle.
pores.
Or just sweating, right? Like, what a, like, I think back, and then, girl, like, I functioned like that for years. I would get up, go to work on like 2, 3 hours of sleep, like day in, day out. I mean, obviously there was other things going on too. And I remember being exhausted, and then it just led to like, okay, after work, stopping through a drive-through because now I'm too tired to cook,
Mm-hmm.
right? I don't want to
Yeah.
do anything. I don't want to grocery shop. So it's just easier to eat fast food. Um, and you can see how that can quickly spiral,
Spiral. Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Spiral. And, maybe I saw it happening in the moment too. I just didn't want to admit it or confront it. I just let it keep happening, right? And,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, horrible place to be. And now, fast forward, like we were talking about, like you, I mean, are there times when I drink a little bit too much? Yeah, that doesn't happen often. I do not like the feeling. Like everyone, I tell myself, oh, I don't want to do that again. Does it happen? Yeah, sometimes. But I don't know. Like when you're living this lifestyle, when you adopt these lifestyle habits, the basics and all of that, like you just don't want to do it.
Well, because I think that we, speaking for us, know what it feels like to feel good. And so when it's the latter, we're like, oh, that was fun in the moment, but this is bullshit now today dealing with the aftermath. Because it's like our
Oh my
default
gosh, yes.
is thriving and feeling well, and and then when we're just like head in the pillow or head in our hands, like, oh my
Oh my
God.
God, do you want to know a funny story? This is so
Yes, please
ironic.
go.
So, well, no, just a couple of years ago when we were at RCS, and one of the speakers did a presentation on alcohol, right? And it was like the first presentation in the morning, and the night before I was out with a
Oh,
couple
I
of
know
our
which one. Okay, I know
buddies,
which one. Yes.
right? Yeah, yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. I was
Yeah,
out
yeah.
with a couple of our coach friends, and yeah, it was like we were drinking till midnight or something. I don't know. And then at that point, I'm like, okay, I gotta go to bed, right? And it wasn't a lot, but like, again, these things that we tell ourselves that we'll do, these tips and stuff, like drink water in between, maybe have a few drinks, not, and it was only a few drinks, but uh, the few drinks was one mega size, like IPA beer, like a jug of it.
It was the Costco sized cup.
Super size.
Oh my God.
So it's like probably like 800 calories just for that class, because IPA is way more, right? Like it's
Yeah,
double,
yes.
triple calories. And so, anyways, but I was responsible. Went to bed, but clearly, like 3, 4 hours of sleep. Got up, I'm like, oh, I better go to the gym, right? Felt like shit. Came back.
Y'all are wild. I'm like,
I
I can't get on that phenomena at RCS. I'm like, I'm sleeping. Y'all are in the gym working out and getting in steps. And like,
I
I'm
just got on
Miss
my walk
Fitness
in.
Queen, but I'm like, no, fuck that.
I know. And then, anyway, so like whatever, got ready, and I swear, like I went into that presentation, and he's talking about like
Did you
what
feel
it
like a mirror
does,
was being
and
held up on you?
I know, what, inside I'm cracking up. I'm like, I chose this. I was so hungover, like felt like shit. And then
You're like,
it
somebody
wasn't
come with a
until probably
banana
like
bag and help me.
it wasn't until like 2 in the afternoon. I was like, okay, here we go. Let's go. I'm good.
You're like, round 2.
It did not happen. I was so tired, but it just, it is like everything that he was saying. Yeah, it is. It's just
I
it's
mean, we're not going to
debilitating.
deny the science. Does it slow down your
Yeah.
metabolism? I believe like the science was like for every one drink, it slows down. Like it takes a day or two for it to like completely detoxify out of your body, which slows down
Oh
your
gosh, I
systems.
don't know. Yeah, yeah,
There was
yeah,
something of that nature. Like if you have a
yeah.
drink, it slows down your whole like
Could be up to seven
metabolism and
days, something like that. I read.
something like,
Yeah,
I think it
depending.
depends on how
Yeah,
many days you. So I mean, like there's a reason why you feel like shit the next day, especially if you've thrown a couple back and you don't normally
yeah.
do it. I mean, I'm a lightweight now. Like it don't take a
Oh,
whole lot.
same
I'm a
here.
cheap date. So there's
Yeah,
that part.
yeah.
But also too, like I know like don't have like the sugary drinks because that just
Right.
full send
Ooh.
makes me feel crappy the next day. I don't know what it
Yeah.
is. But I
Oh,
mean,
maybe the sugar. I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know.
Sugar on sugar, since alcohol is
Or
still sugar.
maybe because some of those like fancy frou-frou drinks like also have like a mixture of different liquors where I'm just like,
Right. Yeah,
I'm a
yeah.
simplest at
We can't.
heart.
We're not 20 anymore. We can't be,
No,
having
no,
a shot of
no.
150 and then
Yeah, that's a
you know,
maybe that's another
what
thing
Long
too.
Island iced tea and then a beer and then
Dude, I was drinking like, so here's the thing, and this is not a brag, okay? But like I
yeah.
partied hard in my 20s. And
Oh
that's
my
probably
gosh,
why like I
yes.
don't have the desire to really like get down like that because I remember
Yeah.
like the smell of Patron will make me gag.
Oh,
Because I just abused it way too much
girl.
in my 20s. So like I would be throwing back lemon drops, birthday cake shots,
Yeah.
Incredible Hulks, adioses, like in one night. Like
Wow. I know.
for a 5 foot nothing girl, like what am I doing? Stop it.
I
Stop it,
know.
sit down. You're out of pocket.
Girl, I can never touch tequila again. Let's just say that.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Yes.
can see I can
Yes.
drink tequilas, just not Patron.
Mm.
Like it's got to be mixed in something if there's a Patron. Like if you give me a shot of just straight
Traumatized.
Patron, like yeah, I'm like like I'm like
Oh my
it was I
god.
did too much. I did too much in my 20s, way too much. Like man,
Oh
but that's what
yeah.
happens when you hold your children back. You hold your children back and then they just want to do everything all at once.
I know, right? You can't do anything like strict households, and then you're just like, give it. I want to try
Yeah.
everything.
Pretty much. I
Yeah,
mean, that was
I
the epitome
know.
of me. But let's talk about the phenomenon since we're talking about this of dry January. Because it kind
Right.
of goes in hand with this because it's everybody likes to enter January and they say that, it's going to be dry January.
Yeah.
In my humble opinion, if you need dry January to get your shit together, maybe we need to audit something else. We need to figure out what's going on in your life because a lot of times you're going to go into dry January and go completely zero alcohol.
Right.
But let's talk about the irony of it. Once you're done with dry January, what's the first thing you fucking go do? February
Drink
1st?
alcohol.
Go drink
Yeah.
alcohol. So let's talk about that. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to
Yeah.
sit here and tell you got an issue, but I'm trying to tell you, like, if you
Maybe.
need dry January, maybe we need to go sit down and audit our life and see, like, what's really going on in the background.
Right. Yeah.
That's
I
all
think
I'm
it goes
saying.
back to, yeah, no, I'm with you on that. I think it goes back to being honest with yourself, right? Like
Yes.
asking. Yeah, it's kind of like asking yourself, like if you have to say, oh, can I do this? For like, can I abstain from alcohol for more than like 2 weeks, 3 weeks? Like maybe there is more going on, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. I think, then
Think it's
again,
time to go
and if,
talk to a professional? I'm just saying,
yeah,
possibly. Not saying,
and then
I mean, I'm just
yeah.
saying, like, because I can't even tell you when's the last time I had a drink. Like, that's how
Okay.
not dependent I am on alcohol. I really can't
Right,
remember.
right.
And that's not a brag. I'm not bragging. I'm not trying to shit on you. I'm just saying that's why I'm like things like dry December or like that's why I have such a hard time with it and like the 75 hard because it's again you trying to be so strict, the strictest of stricts just for you to
Hmm.
get your life together when really all you have to do is just little things to
Right.
establish some type of healthy or balanced lifestyle for you.
Right. And like, and if, you are drinking regularly and you're trying to establish these lifestyle habits, you'll probably will come to a point where it's like, oh, okay, well, I'm not sleeping properly. I'm still feeling tired, this or that. And then maybe it's time, like you said, to audit again. Okay, well, what else is contributing to this? And alcohol might be the reason, right?
But
And
then why
like,
are you drinking so much alcohol? Is it the stress? Is it your job? Is it your family? What
exact
is
the
it?
root
What's
cause.
deeper?
Yes,
Let's stop putting
yes, because
band-aids
it's
on shit and
always
really go down to the fucking root of the problem. For goodness
because
sakes.
it's always deeper,
Mhm.
always deeper,
Yeah.
right? Well, not okay. I'm not gonna say always because that's like black and white, but for most people, it is probably
For most
deeper.
people outside of their mid 20s, because I partied hard because I was in my 20s and I thought that's what you're supposed to do. But like at a certain point when you start to become like a grown adult and you're still throwing them back like that, like what's the root cause? Because I'll tell you the root cause
Hmm.
of why I had like coping with a bottle is
Hmm.
because I didn't know myself. I hated myself. Well, I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to say I
Yeah.
hated myself, but I wasn't comfortable with myself. I wasn't comfortable in my relationship. And I didn't really learn to love and accept me.
Mm-hmm.
So just living life, I'm like, God, this is hard. Let me have a
Right.
drink. Let me numb the
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I know my reasons too. And I don't think it's necessary that we have to share our, exact reasons, but like,
No.
yeah, there were many things that I was struggling with, that stem from childhood and onwards, and things that I just didn't like, just like with the weight loss. Like, this. I talk about this all the time. Like, it's just I didn't want to face my fears. I didn't want to face the things that I knew I needed to
You
face,
didn't want to
and
be
so it
uncomfortable.
was no, and I didn't know what the other side held for me, right? Like if I did. And so it's our body going into self-protection mode.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, hey, we feel good here. So let's keep doing it. Even though we
Yeah.
don't feel good here physically, we feel good here mentally and
Mentally.
emotionally. Yeah. And so I'm going to hold on to that. And I'll be honest, like, throughout my, even when my first was born and my second, I'm still drinking lots. I was present. I was there. I would, all my responsibilities were fulfilled, but I was always looking forward to cracking that bottle at like 4 p.m., you know?
Once all
And it was,
the
oh,
things were
it was the
done.
best. Yeah, yeah, it was the best feeling, and it just made me feel like, oh my gosh, now I can relax and enjoy this and whatever. And then it was a shitty sleep again, and then
So
back to,
let's talk about that, because like that you
yeah.
just brought something up to me, because it's like a lot of times people will say, I deserve this, I earned this. Was it almost like
Hmm.
a reward for you? Like, did you feel like it was like, okay, I did all the
Oh yeah.
things, I was super mommy, now I this is my reward at the end of the day?
I think that, yeah, that definitely played a role. That was an element of, yes, I deserve it. Even if I would like clean my house and do everything, and I felt accomplished. So yeah, it was that. It was like I deserve it. But more of it, I really feel like it was just the coping, the feeling comfort, the self protection. Right, my body
So do you
just
think that that's really what it
defaulting.
is, like the deep rooted cause? Because I see it a lot, like where moms will have a hard day and
Yeah.
they post, I earned this, or I deserve this, or after the day I
Mm-hmm.
had,
Mm-hmm.
I deserve this.
Yes.
Like, why do we deserve that? Why don't we deserve, maybe, I don't know, like a check-in with our husbands, like where, how come, like and this is a general question,
Why
because I
that?
don't know, like,
Yeah.
yeah, why that, like how
Yeah.
come?
Yeah.
Because now for me, I seek comfort after a hard day with my husband.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's because of the path that we've taken, where we've established that,
Mm-hmm.
and that's
Mm-hmm.
like my coping now, where I find comfort in him. Like, I refer to him as my security blanket, or like my little one, like my calm and go.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I
Mm-hmm.
know and recognize what I need. So is that what it is these people don't really understand what it is that they need, and so they resort to that because it gives them a shot of endorphins? Like, what is it? Like,
Yeah.
generally asking, like, ask yourself that, like, why do you feel,
Right.
our listeners, after a hard day, that you deserved or earned the glass of wine?
And for me, it was just never. See, this is a difference though. If it was just a glass of wine, cool. But it was never
It was.
just a glass of wine. That's the problem,
Yeah.
right?
But then the other issue is that these women, like, maybe it is just a glass of wine, but then now it's the chocolate bar, and it's
Yeah.
the charcuterie board, and it's all the things.
And is it every day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, are we doing this every day? And then even, and then you just have to determine whether or not, like, is that one glass, like, are you drinking it like 3, 4 hours before bed? So it's not so much negatively impacting the sleep,
Mm-hmm.
and you've had your water, you've had dinner and whatever. And so it's not as bad. Um, or is it more, or I guess it depends, like your surroundings and
Mm-hmm.
context, and what's
It really
happening,
takes being
and
honest and in tune with yourself, though,
is it
too.
every
That's a
day?
problem.
Yeah. And do
Yeah.
you not like, maybe can we replace this with you know, a more fulfilling, less I don't know, just like impact on you negatively
Yeah.
type of habit? You know, do you have other things going on in your life? Like, or is this the only thing that you kind of resort to
Yeah. Do you have a
for
confidant or
that,
a good
right?
friend that you can turn to? Like maybe
Can you
because
go
it's like
for a
you're
walk?
lonely and yeah, go for a
Yeah,
walk and call a friend. Call your lifeline
right.
and see if that
Yeah,
helps.
and so yeah, and it's just like it's complicated. There's a lot of variables at play. But at the end of the day, like I know for like you've already expressed this, and I know for me too, the less I do it, the less frequently I do it, the better I am for it. Because sometimes for me, I know this, like I can have, actually not so much now. I don't know. Maybe like when I get caught in my little caught when I'm going through some hard stuff.
Hmm.
I'm human. I do tend to resort back to kind of old coping mechanisms.
Hmm.
And but I'm aware of it now. Like we talk about this,
Yeah. Like you stop
very
the
much
chain
aware of what's
sooner.
going on. Yeah, yeah, exactly. But it's getting better. I think that's the key. Like, yeah, I've been into this for like 4 years now, but I feel like I have another solid 4 years that like I need to put into this. Where maybe at the end of the 4 years, it's like, oh wow, I only drink like once or twice a year, kind of thing, right? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
again, it's a slow, natural
Progression.
progression,
Yes. Yes.
right? Right.
Yes.
And
But it's
so
also
I
you being honest with yourself because it's not about
yeah,
completely stopping and breaking the chain. It's about acknowledging it and recognizing it sooner. Like we've said before in the past,
yeah,
like, because especially if you've dealt with it for a very long time and use it as your coping mechanism for a very long time, like for me, if I'm your coach, for me to expect you to break the cycle that quickly would be
yeah,
unrealistic and maddening because I myself would be a hypocrite to say that, knowing how long it's taken me to break certain cycles and still continually have to work at it and acknowledge it. Like, so it's
yeah.
like I have a client who stopped drinking in solidarity for her spouse. But also it wasn't just in that because she said, well, she didn't stop, she cut back. And then we
Hmm.
had an instance where she was like, because she was in a fat loss phase and I was giving her tips like, okay, if you're going to drink, do this, do that, do that. And we can go into that in a little bit.
Hmm.
But she was like, you know what? Honestly, Carmi, I'm just not going to drink. And
Hmm.
I said, okay, let's talk about it. Why? She was like,
Hmm.
okay, because I know I'm in a fat loss phase and I have goals. And I know that even if I have one drink, I start to lose a
Hmm.
little bit of my senses, in the sense where she's like, I'll start picking at things more. I'll
Yeah,
I'll stop worrying about the choices I make. And I'm like, okay, so you made that
human,
decision
right?
all on your own.
Mm.
Cool. As my coach, I
So
have like I'm my heart is beaming because you made that from
yeah,
a place of power and choice, because I never took that away from you. I didn't say don't drink, because who am I to tell you don't do that? I'm just going to tell
right,
you like we're going to have to adjust other places if you do want to drink. But like that's the kind of stuff that we want to empower and encourage our clients, not to just
right,
say don't do it. Like, okay, so you made the choice.
right.
Well, why? Let's talk about it.
Bad, bad.
Yeah, no,
Don't do
it's not
it.
bad, because
No.
for us to think that it's going to be smooth sailing 100% of the time is unrealistic, because you and I both know for our own journeys, it's not fucking smooth sailing. I have not fucking
No.
tracked my food in like a
Hmm.
month. I mean,
Yeah,
is it like going to be something that's like detrimental? No, because I eat mostly the same foods. But am
right.
I going to have to lock it in come tomorrow? Yes, because I'm hitting a fat loss
Yeah. Oh,
phase.
you're
So,
starting tomorrow?
oh
Okay.
God, I
I
freaking adjusted chronometer and I'm looking at those numbers going,
oh
I'm already being a pouty,
girl.
whiny butthead. Like, what do
What?
you mean my carbs are going to be under
Well,
200? I was like adjusting. I was like,
oh,
okay, so we're gonna take some of protein away because Lord knows I don't need that much. I just like
yeah.
it. I was like, and that way I can keep some of my carbs. I was like, we're gonna adjust the
Right,
fats
right,
as low as I can to still not like fuck up my hormones, and keep
right.
carbs as high as possible.
Yeah, yes, yes. I mean, if it works, right? As long as your protein's accounted for and you can,
Yeah,
you're good,
I
right?
mean it's still sitting
Hey,
at
and
140. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah, I mean, girl, that's yeah. I mean, look at me. Like I am, yeah, I put on a little bit of weight. I'm trying to do just a really mini cut right now. I'm not advertising. I'm not talking about it because I just don't feel like it. But come March, I actually do want to do a proper fat loss phase, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, oh my gosh. But I'm gonna do it, and it's my, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, last one for a long time, right? And
Mhm.
but yeah, yeah, I'm not looking forward to it either, Carmi. So I see you, girl. Going
Well,
back to
I
though,
mean,
yeah, go ahead.
yeah. No, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No. Finish what you're gonna say.
Well, no, I was just gonna say that it's because we actually enjoy maintenance because we enjoy the
Yes,
flexibility.
yes. Oh,
Little
that's my
human.
son. Okay, okay. No, don't pick that up, please. It's too heavy. Devin, I'm on a call. So, well, then you can figure it
He
out
needs
then.
it. Just give it
He
to
needs it.
him. He needs
I Yeah. Okay, so I want to go back to oh gosh, what was I saying? Okay, something I want to talk about, and tell me if you experienced this. Maybe you didn't because it was more in your, like, when you probably reduced your alcohol consumption. Maybe it was in your 20s, and so I don't know. But how about the fear of like women thinking that if they stop because of this wine o'clock, I don't know, mommy wine culture,
it.
um, because of that, like, do you think that there's a legitimate like fear for some that they're gonna lose their friends
Yeah, absolutely. Because you're going
or
to be
that type?
tested.
Yeah.
Yeah, because what's going to happen is, and I've never experienced this, but I can tell you right now from my own opinion that what's going to happen is you're going to be holding a mirror up to them. And then
Right.
ultimately, there's going to be resentment towards you because you're trying to better yourself. Not that you're trying to
Mm-hmm.
tell them about them, it's just your own personal convictions and choices. But they're going to think, oh, why are you trying to be better than us? Like, what are you trying to say
Mm-hmm.
about us? Yes, absolutely. You will definitely possibly experience being the outcast. But that's where it takes you being so empowered in your convictions, knowing that like if they are going to outcast you and make you feel like shit for the choices that you want to make for yourself to better your own life, your capital YOUR, your life, they weren't your friends to
Yeah.
begin with. Because real friends are
And
going to
you
empower you and tell you, like, okay, cool. Like, you do you, boo. I'm going to do
and
me.
we'll
I
do
still
a
love you.
yes.
That's it.
Exactly. That's the way I see it too. Like I think your real friends, the people that actually care about
Uh huh.
you are going to say exactly that,
Or
exactly what you said.
also,
Hey,
too, a
cool.
real friend is going to be like, cool. Why are you doing that? Let's talk about it.
Yeah, tell me
Like,
more.
tell
Tell me
me.
more.
Yes, like, how
Yeah,
come? And then be
right,
curious and then make a decision like, okay, well, that's good for you. I love that for you, just not for me. But I still love you.
right. Yeah, exactly. And if you do tend to feel uncomfortable, or you feel like you, those friends aren't as kind and compassionate as, or they can understand where you're coming from, then they're not your friends.
They're not, but like I understand how it could be hard because being an adult is isolating as it is. So let's talk about the
Yeah,
flip side of that, right? If you're not ready to cut
yeah.
ties with them, cool. There's ways to hide it. And I think we've talked about it before. Get the
Right,
get the
right.
glass,
That's a good point.
get the wine glass where it's a white wine and have them pour some kind of like spritzer in it or something.
Spritzer in it,
Non-alcoholic spritz.
exactly.
Yeah. So it looks like you're still partaking, but you're not partaking.
Or
I
just
mean,
soda in a glass, and it looks like vodka, right? Vodka
that
soda, and it's
part.
not,
There's way
right?
like,
And you can
like
start with that. There are ways. Sorry to
yeah.
cut you off. Go ahead.
No, that's
Yeah.
okay. No, there's ways to do it. It's just a matter of you like trying to figure out like how do you want to approach it. Do you want to completely cut ties because these people are not compassionate and empathetic towards you,
Hmm.
or have you rocked with these people for a long time and it's just like, well, they're stuck in their own shit, but you still want to still rock with them? Okay, cool. Figure out how to
Hmm.
navigate being around them without the snickers and the snarkiness and all the things.
But I will say though, I'm for me, I've done this journey with alcohol around me, or like being at events or friends, like many people drink, right?
Hmm.
But I really, for me, I had to, like you said, I felt empowered. I knew what I wanted. I knew where I was going, and I had to abstain, and it took a lot. It's not easy being in those situations, being in those environments. It's kind of like that, setting yourself up for success, like your environment. It's very similar when it's around you and it's happening. It's really hard to say no. But I had Devin, but I whisper, but I had to do that a lot. And what I also noticed though is because I was on this path, even some of my girlfriends, it started to become like, yeah, no, we're not going to drink either. Like then they started to see it. Sorry for the noise, guys. They started to see it and they started thinking like, yeah, well, I don't want to either. And so our the moments that we would get together became more about, hey, let's do coffee, or let's do a play date at the park, or let's go for a walk and we can chat, versus
At a
always
bar.
around alcohol. Yeah, or even at home, right? Like dude, do you know how I was always stocked with white red bottles of wine. Like for the longest time I had everything, booze in my fridge, all of it. Now I can't remember the last time I've ever, like, if someone is coming over or if I'm gonna have some wine, like I literally have to go out and get it. And that's no different than what we talk about when it comes to food for some things, right?
Yeah.
um so now that I'm thinking about it and saying it out loud, like that's big. Dad,
Is he playing
he's
cars or
playing with his
dinosaurs?
Lego cars. Yeah, Lego car. He built this like construction set and he's like playing with it right now. In your head, okay? Thank you. Um, yeah, so I'm saying it out loud. I'm like, oh, cool. Yeah, that's right. I know, right? Real life, people, real life.
No, but that's true though, because it's kind of the same approach in our house too. We always used to have something stocked in the
Yeah.
house, whether it was in the fridge or in our like pantry or like outside drink area, where we'd always have something on hand. Now there's like nothing on hand. Well, no, I shouldn't say
Yeah.
nothing. Like we have our Costco size Canadian whiskey, which is the dupe of the Crown Royal, but like Canadian whiskey. I love me my Canadians. Okay.
I love me my Merkins too.
Merkins.
Merkins.
Oh my God, we're a mess. So we have that big bottle, and I bought it maybe freaking 2 months ago, and we haven't even hit a third of the bottle or a fourth of the bottle, just because that's how little we drink. But that's literally all we ever have on hand. But like I used to have, what is it, the White Claws or the Trulies always on hand. Now there's none. So if we want that, we got to go buy it. Or if my husband wants beer, we always have beers on hand too. If he wants a beer, he got to go stop at the grocery store and get it.
Yeah.
And then it takes us forever to finish a 6-pack.
Yeah. Yes. Like I think I've had like 4 bottles of Heineken sitting in the fridge for like 3 weeks. Like they're just, do you know what I mean? Like now, and yeah, you can get there, people. Like you are capable. Yes, it'll be difficult in the beginning, like everything else. But if you really, listening to this episode about alcohol and your relationship with it, and really being honest with yourself, like if you can do that and are ready to do that, we promise you there is a positive. I mean, positive aspect of it. Like it's all gonna be good. There's no negative, I think, to giving up or reducing your alcohol consumption, period. In any which way you look at it, physically, emotionally, mentally, all of it, physiologically, like it's all positive. So yeah, and it doesn't have to happen today. Like we're giving you real life examples of our clients, and they are still having drinks, and it's just a different relationship with it now than it was before, and it's evolved. And I think that's the most important part.
They're just more knowledgeable and educated and empowered when it comes to it, is what it really boils down to. Because so let's kind of flip it a little bit. Like for those of you who want to start cutting down or start wanting to like recognize your consumption, or you're in a fat loss phase, you still want to consume a little bit, like how can you navigate that? Well, if you're somebody who's having a drink every night when you get home, can we maybe do 3 nights?
Yeah,
And then can
exactly. That's what I
we
would say too.
drop it down to at some point to just the weekends? Can we like how can we manage that? Like it's all about trying to figure out, because again, it's going to be a fuck around and find out situation, what
Yeah,
works for you. Because we don't want you to be the
exactly.
little crackhead fiender in the corner because like we took away all your alcohol. Like like no, we don't want that. Like that's not what it's about. But like how do we progress this? How do we slowly progress you to maybe trim it down a little bit? Because I'm going to tell you, riffing off what you said, it is very empowering and really fulfilling to know that like I can go out to a social setting and choose to drink or not. I don't need it.
Hmm.
It's really empowering to know that like I don't need to come home and unwind with a bottle. Like it just feels
Yeah,
good. It feels good, but that's probably a testament to the work that I've done on myself and the
yeah,
life that I've created for myself. Now,
exactly.
if you still like your mixed drinks, cool. Stick to the vodka and like the zero Sprite or the club soda or the, you know, diet cran, something like that. Like you can still do
Hmm.
your things but still
Yeah,
modify it.
guys. Sorry, guys. Yes, I
Listen
know we're having. Oh my gosh, there. Yeah, but you're right. Yeah, there are different modifications you can make. But again, like, yeah, I mean, there's different strategies that we can use. I just want to circle back to this is all based on like Carmi, myself, our experience, our personal, like just the things that we've gone through,
Not falling for it.
our experiences with our clients, and if you feel like you have a real problem with it, like you really need to talk to your doctor, your medical
Yeah.
professional, and get help, right?
Yeah.
Like this is yeah. So and there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
If anything, like yeah, like
No,
go
because
do
life
it.
is hard right now. I get it. I get it. So honestly, like we're not trying to tell you that you're a bad person. We're just trying to tell you like maybe it runs a little deeper and maybe it's time to
Yeah.
go talk to somebody.
Not falling for
Yeah,
it.
yeah. They're not falling for it either. So
They're not falling for
gosh,
it.
this is okay. I think that we're gonna have to
Call it.
call it here because a lot of distractions and things happening. But I think we covered a lot. I mean,
We did.
and
I hope
you
that
just
this validates our listeners to understand like if you are still drinking, there's nothing wrong with you.
Not falling for
But maybe
Yeah.
just assess like what's behind the drinking. That's it.
right. Exactly. So cool. That was a good episode.
Yeah.
So we ain't the alcohol popo over here.
No.
Okay.
No, but I also don't think you need dry January. Like if you
No,
absolutely need
yeah.
it, there's something running deeper.
Right.
Like
right.
go have your fun. Go have your listen. At the end of the day, there is only one life experience that we get. Like,
right.
Make the most of it, but also don't drown it away in a bottle of alcohol. That's it.
Yeah, and I mean, it's dry January is not a bad goal either. Like let's just call it like it is. It is cool. Try it out. Again, if you're resorting to the same like habits come Feb 1st and now you're back to where you were before, then I don't know, like then it's probably more.
Yeah. If
But
you're
if
doing
it
dry
actually-
January and all you're doing is itching for a drink come February 1st, there's something more deeper. That's all I'm saying.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly, right? So
Or
all right.
February
Wow.
2nd, whatever.
Yeah,
Whatever
February
change.
2nd. Yeah.
February 3rd, whatever.
All right. Well,
Anywho.
with that, hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Share, comment, like, totally went in
Subscribe on
different
YouTube.
order.
Pretty please with the cherry on
Subscribe.
top. Because my kids are heckling me
and-
about how come I don't have that many subscribers on YouTube. They think I'm famous. They think we're famous because every time they pop on YouTube, they see our pretty little
Yeah.
faces. But then they're like, how come you don't have that many subscribers? So please, help me out with my
We're
kids.
getting there.
Give me some cool
We're
points.
getting there. I know, right? We're podcasters now, okay?
We're vloggers.
Oh my
Anyways,
god. Okay.
Enter the
Well, until
squirrels.
next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.